Hello, it's Lokwat. Today we would learn some fun facts about bees. Did you know that a single bee hive can house over 50,000 bees? Yes. And in a hive, there are three classes of bees: the female queen bee, the female worker bees, and then the male drones. The queen bee, the bee mum, is the only bee that lays eggs or has babies in the colony. She can lay over 2,000 eggs a day, and she is the only one who mates. She can live for up to 3 years. The worker bees are also female bees that don't reproduce, they are sterile, and they have stings and they collect pollen and repair the nest and feed the hive. They can live for 4 to 10 weeks. The male bees are called drones. They lack a sting and are there to mate with the queen, after which they die. They normally live for 57 days. Also, did you know that bees have 5 eyes? Yes. And one bee can weigh 0.11 grams. Bees can also fly up to 32 kilometers per hour or 20 miles per hour. Bees communicate with each other by dancing and releasing chemical signals called pheromones. Bees' diet mainly consists of only honey and pollen. The type of flower that the bees take their nectar from also determines the honey's flavor. And did you know that bees are known to raid other hives to steal honey? Interesting stuff, isn't it? Okay, now let us look at another important function of bees. Bees enable our plants to reproduce with each other and bear children or seeds. They do this through a process called pollination. So how does this pollination thing work? Well, bees pollinate flowers by transferring pollen from the male part of the flower, which we call the anther, to the female part of a flower called the stigma. Both the anther and stigma normally occur on the same plant's flowers. Meaning, for most plants, the male and female flower parts are together waiting for a bee or wind to help them mate. Now let us look at 2 types of pollination. So firstly, if bees transfer pollen from the same plant's flower's anther to its female stigma, it is called self-pollination. On the other hand, if bees take pollen from one plant's anther and transfer it to a different plant's stigma, this is called cross-pollination. How do bees transfer this pollen? Bees carry the pollen on their hairy legs, which have specialized pockets, which enable the pollen to stick to their legs for easy transport. Can you spot some bees carrying pollen on their legs? Look out for those yellow bulbs sticking behind their legs. It is pollen. Well done, so now you know. One fun fact to know is that bees don't necessarily go out there to pollinate flowers. No, they couldn't care less about plants mating. However, anytime they go out to steal a plant's pollen, they move around a lot with the pollen from the anther and land on the female flowers, the stigma, thereby ending up pollinating or mating the plants by accident on a frequent basis. This is a continuous and essential accident by nature. So without bees, most of our crops won't be able to reproduce and bear fruit and seeds. So next time when you see bees messing around, please leave them alone because they are preparing tomorrow's food for you and for other animals that depend on plants to survive. So let's take care of our bees. Until next time, take care.